Accessing elements. Each element in an array has numbered position known as its index. We can access individual items using their index, which is similar to referencing an item in a list based on the item's position. Arrays in JavaScript are zero indexed, meaning the positions start counting from 0 rather than 1. Therefore, the first item in an array will be at position 0. Let's see how we could access an element in an array. So this is the 0th index, 1 and 2. Obviously, it is not the same as ordinary mathematics. Within programming, any count whatsoever starts at 0. It's the same with indexes. I'm not sure about other programming languages. Maybe they work differently, but as far as I know, most programming languages start at 0 when counting any indexed arrays or any count whatsoever. So in the code snippet above, cities is an array that has 3 elements where using bracket notation, which is square brackets with the index after the name of the array to access the element. Cities at array index 0 will access the element at index 0. In the array cities, you can think of cities as accessing the space in memory that holds the string New York. You can also access individual characters in a string using bracket notation. The index, for instance, you can write const hello equals a string of hello world console.log hello at index 6. So if we do this, the output's going to be W. Because if you count, the 0th index is H, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is the empty space, and then 6 is the uppercase W. And that's why it throws out that. Okay, so console.log will display W in since that is the character that is at index 6. Right, so instructions. Number 1, individual elements in arrays can also be stored to variables. Create a variable named list item and set it equal to the first item in the famous sayings array using square bracket notation. Then use console.log to print the list item variable to the console. What we can do here is say famous sayings at the 0th index because we want to access fortune the favors brave. Fortune favors the brave. So then use console.log to print list item. So right after that, we're going to console.log list item. Okay, so as you can see, it throws fortune favors the brave to the output. So famous sayings at the 0th index. Now console.log the third element in the famous sayings array using bracket notation to access the element. Do not save the element to a new variable before you log it. So we're going to go ahead console.log the famous sayings. And we're going to access Array using bracket notation, access the element. The third one, so it's 0, 1, 2. The third element will be at index 2. Okay, so number 3. Awesome. You can access each element in an array using the index. But what happens if you try to access an index that is beyond the last element? Try to log the item index 3 of famous sayings to the console. What is logged to the console? I assume it's going to just give you the last index of that array. Let's try it out. Undefined. So it actually throws a undefined output. Okay, so